Welcome everyone. This is another one of our heart-powered inspiring interviews for you. And as you know, every single time we introduce you to an amazing entrepreneur, change maker, transformational leader. And she is really like the embodiment of being a transformational leader in so many ways. She is a powerhouse. She has the biggest heart. And you would see who she is. So let me introduce you to her in concrete words, okay? Her name is Luisa, beautiful, beautiful name, Luisa Ferrario, okay? And Luisa, she really sparks business and lifestyle enhancements through her unique choice-based, transformative, and generative approach to change. So she really helps leaders to go through change in the most powerful way. She has been chosen, has worked with for over 15 years by quite a few C-level executives and business leaders of Fortune 500 companies and world-leading organizations, as well as she's also worked with quite a few small and medium-sized businesses. She really supports companies that are willing to choose, implement, and utilize inclusive and empowering leadership approaches, innovative business models, and not just any organizational structures, but really progressive organizational structures. And among others, she speaks the language of awareness, transformation, and personal mastery for the greatest impact of your lifestyle, leadership, and your business. Luisa, it's so great to have you with us. Welcome.
Hi, Monique. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Very good. So let's rock this together, okay? So why didn't you just tell us, I know you are a transformational leader and you support leaders and entrepreneurs to go through times of change. And, now even more than ever, we are going through massive change in so many levels in life and business and, how we communicate, how we build trust, right? How we embrace joy and everything else.
Yeah.
So what are 3 concrete things you do in your business right now to really to advance your business and bring everything to a different level?
Wow, okay, let's start with a powerful question.
Jump right in.
Okay, so I do those 3 things early in the morning when I open my eyes. I ask myself, how do I wish to live that day? And that is regarding my lifestyle. And the other question that I ask is who I wish to be. So as a leader, who I wish to be. Okay, so this is regarding leadership. And the third one is what I wish to contribute and impact on that day. So starting the day, that is business oriented, okay? So starting the day with those 3 powerful questions really helps me to focus on the best I want to be, the best of myself I want to be.
I love that. And Luisa, you know what? I'd love to jump in right away. When you woke up this morning, what were the answers to these 3 power questions?
Oh yeah, that's good. So regarding lifestyle, it was related to my nutrition, for instance. And so I chose to eat certain foods that I know were contributing to my day program. I know what is my agenda for the day. And actually, I usually choose what to eat the day before, if I can, because I have been a nutrition coach many years ago at the very beginning of my career. And I really value nutrition in many ways. It's not just food. We have food for body, food for thoughts, food for emotions, and so on, okay? Then the second one that is related to leadership, so today the answer was that I wanted to contribute to people, especially through this call that we are having today. I had another powerful call this morning with a gorgeous woman, and she's an event organizer. And again, with her, I had the chance to express my thoughts and to give her my best ideas in terms of titles of speeches or workshops that could be done together. And that was another powerful thing that I chose to do. And the third one that is business related, I went through my agenda of yesterday, and I checked what I could have left behind. I do usually check everything before the end of the day. Let's say I am quite of a compliant person. And I am determined. And when I commit, I commit. But sometimes, you know, something gets lost on the way. So I was going back and actually I found a small thing. And so I put that thing into my agenda for today. And then I reached out for people that I would like to get in contact during the week. And yeah, this is the third thing, the one that is business related.
Great. And I know that one of your best practices is also really to, you know, I think you are a powerful networker, Luisa. You are amazing. You constantly reach out to new people and catch up with new people and arrange conversations, right? So, you know, yeah, I mean, also, yeah, I mean, what other things are you doing right now that, you know, really bring you in what you do to a different level?
Well, you were mentioning reaching out to other people. I am really investing in having a wider network right away. Because I think that for an entrepreneur, one of the most powerful strategies we can have is to feel connected to like-minded people and to situation we can contribute. I couldn't see myself and my business without contribution. I know it is a sort of an obsession, but I really love to contribute. So I do all my best. In terms of competition, for instance, it is something, this is a word that I take into my life just from one perspective, that is the competition, not just against myself, but with myself, you know, with my previous self, that can be the self that I was just 1 minute ago. So I really go for being as good as I am, because human beings are such powerful antennas and powerful stations, and they do not realize that. And so I live in the attempt to remind myself at least that I am powerful. Because even when you have amazing results, sometimes, you know, things get in the way, and you might be distracted, you might get out of focus, and this is not contributing. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right now, keeping myself on track and building a wider and contributing network.
It's powerful. And again, you know, I mean, it's a great obsession to have, right? Contributing, because again, the more you serve, right, the more magic you create, the more powerful relationships you nourish and grow. And as we know, your network is your net worth, right?
Yeah.
And you know, again, the more you contribute, the more is coming back to you as well in powerful ways. I also know that another thing you said when I asked you before, like, what are some of your best practices? You also said you always have a mentor, right? So what makes it so important to you to have a mentor? How is a mentor helping you?
Yeah, there was a time many years ago when I had at the same time a coach, a mentor, and a psychoanalyst. But by that time, that was what I was needing, and so that was what I was investing on. You know, having a mentor, it is mandatory for an entrepreneur, because you can really have someone who always has your back, without any chance of losing you here and there. And again, I was talking about distractions and going out of focus. It's normal. I mean, life is a process, and in any process, things comes in the way. So having a mentor is really what can help you succeeding, and also acknowledging what are your best practices, for instance, because sometimes we tend to forget what we did in the past that was already wonderful and powerful and amazing, and then you know, we fall in a hole and we forget about who we have been. But I use my past as a way to leverage for my future, because I believe that human beings are fully equipped to succeed in any kind of mission they have in mind. And when you have a mission, or when you have a target, you have that because in a way you already have all the resources inside or outside that you can grab here and there to succeed. And having a mentor really makes the difference, because it shortens a lot the effort, the time, the money that you can spend and sometimes lose along the way without making an investment of that kind. And it is also a wonderful relationship that I call creationship, because it is not just a relationship, it is a creationship. So you have someone at your side who is willing to walk along with you, and you can rely on. He or she are there to listen to you, to understand you, to share their best practices or the best practices they have heard. And then you can easily tap into all that wealth. This is wealth, Monique. This is wealth.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, I always say, like, a mentor is what you beautifully said, right? It's your mirror. The mirrors back to greatness, and it mirrors back like how amazing you are, right? And I love the word creationship, right? And also I always say, like, a mentor is like a GPS, right? They understand where you are, they understand where you want to go, they can show you the fastest path. And if you take a detour or you get off the path, they can always show you how to get back on, right? So, you know, it's really powerful. And so, you know, I also know that you work with entrepreneurs and leaders, corporate leaders. You help them to really become more productive, especially in the current times when a lot of them are working remotely. What are some of your greatest practical hints on, you know, how to keep productivity high, you know, despite the geographical distance?
Yeah. So first of all, I would suggest be very mindful in respect of the way we have conversations with our teams. Conversations are mostly the way we interact with people on a, let's say, on a way that can be checked, because we can also have a silent conversation with someone, but I am talking about a conversation that we have out loud. So conversations are powerful tools that we can use. And I would suggest to train ourselves regarding deep listening skills, because it frequently happens to me when I work with leaders that I see that they do not listen in a way that is productive, and they make a bigger effort to try to listen in a way that is not effective than the effort that they might put into deep listening. So of course at the beginning you might need to train yourself, and so you might put a little bit of effort to do that, but then once you are done, and it just takes 1, 2, 3 months, it depends on who you are and at the level where you find yourself, then you go very smoothly, and you see that situation turns to you, and they come to you. You start pulling opportunities, pulling possibilities, and you become more authoritative. You become more interesting, more influential, more impactful. I could go on with that. So this is the listening. This is the listening part, and the other part is the asking questions. Questions that opens doors. It might seem something that is meaningful, and it definitely is, because when you ask a question, you can ask a question starting from a judgment that you don't even are aware of, or you can ask a question that empowers the conversation, that empowers the relationship, that empowers the other person or the many that you have in front of you. And this is a completely different story. Yeah. So this is another thing that I would suggest.
Yeah, and I fully agree, especially in the current times where we are not physically in a room with each other, right? You know, we don't smell the chemicals, right? So we need to rely on other things where, again, we create space for each other. And I love what you're saying is really all of us really need to deepen our listening skills and also how to ask questions to create a meaningful, powerful conversation that creates the intimacy that we normally have when we meet physically, right?
Yeah.
So thank you, great suggestion. I know that you're running workshops and trainings around listening and you know how to run these kind of conversations, asking these questions in a very powerful way. So I know also, Luisa, you know that we're running a HeartPowered business, and I love to have you on board on our HeartPowered, you know, on our Business Power Drive. So, you know, I feel honored also to be one of the mentors you've been working with, right? So you resonate with this HeartPowered business, you know, culture and methodology and approach. What does it mean to you personally to run your business in a HeartPowered way?
It means to have the opportunity to connect, to always be connected with my mind, with my upper mind or higher mind, whatever. So the intuition, let's say, with my heart and with my gut. That is another powerful tool that we have at our disposal. So that kind of alignment is another wonderful tool that we have. And when I chose to work with you and to be part of your precious tribe, I check that those things were available to me, and not just in words, but especially in actions. Yeah, because you know, it's important to walk the talk. Okay, you can say wonderful things, but then if actions do not correspond to those things, you will not have the results you are expecting or that you wish.
Absolutely. And it's always the action that brings words to life, right?
Absolutely.
It's also action that gets us results, right? Absolutely. So, you know, and consistent action is really kind of what brings the breakthrough eventually, right? So, what are you doing on a regular basis? Because consistent action is pretty much like, what is our habits? What do we do on a regular basis?
Yeah.
What is one of your personal success habits that you do on a regular basis to become a greater version of yourself and really also grow your business as you do it?
Yeah. I choose in a deliberate way. This is my powerful action set. And choosing in a deliberate way means to have responsibility toward myself first, and to honor myself, my life, my mission, whatever is concerned to me, my pains, because I also honor them, my suffering, my challenges, and to be grateful. Yeah. These are practices that I consistently do, in different ways. But I would like to share that it is very important, if we want to succeed and contribute to others, that we put ourselves first and not at the last place. This is very, very important. It is very, very close to my heart.
Yeah, very, very true. And I love the work you do also with corporate leaders to get them to embrace that too for themselves, right? And entrepreneurs. So as we're speaking about taking action, right, and habits, right? Action always starts with the very first step, right? So, and I hope, by the way, all of you that are here with us today, first of all, thank you for being on and being with us loyal and, always checking in with us on our interviews. And, we also like you to not only feel inspired, inspiration is great, but we also like you to take some concrete action today.
Yeah.
So, Luisa, what is one thing, everyone that's here with us right now that is saying, hey, I want to turn that inspiration into action right away. What is one first step they can take today? What is a concrete action you invite them to take today?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. So one concrete action could be for leaders or entrepreneurs, whatever, to grab the phone right away, to call someone you trust and that has your back, and ask them, in what am I outstanding? And let them speak. No matter what they say, let them speak. And be very clear, in what am I outstanding? Not any other shade of that, in what am I outstanding? You might hear wonderful things, and once you have heard them, ask yourself if you really wanted to commit to that kind of outstanding feedback that you just received. Because sometimes we fail when we have the fear of being amazing, of being outstanding, okay? Just check with yourself if you are there, or if you need just something from someone else in order to keep yourself together.
I love that. And you know what? Often, when we ask someone, first of all, I love this action. All of you, please take the action, take us up on it. Okay, that's our challenge for you today, this week, right? Again, just take the phone and, get a shower of love. Let's make someone the mirror of your greatness. Okay. And again, as Luisa is saying, right, if you embrace it. When they see you this way, you are that amazing. And if you feel that you're not entirely there yet, ask yourself, what can I do to really get there? Yeah. What's one thing I can do to step up to this? I love that. Powerful, powerful action, Luisa. Great. Okay, so I know that everyone is thinking like, oh, I want to learn more about what Luisa is doing. And maybe we could trigger some interest. People say, I would love to learn more about deep listening, and how do I do that? And how do I ask powerful questions? And how do I upgrade the performance of my team in the current time? So where can they find you? How can they connect with you?
Oh, I have a website online, That is my name and surname, so luisaferrario.com. And then you can find me on LinkedIn. And yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Facebook, yeah.
And I'm gonna play on your, on your little task today. So I'm gonna, ask someone myself, and all of you, please take the action. I hope it could inspire you.
Yes. What am I outstanding? Yeah. In what am I outstanding?
Yeah, in what am I outstanding? It's a powerful question. So Luisa, do you want to round off our interview, our conversation with a final inspirational thought for everyone?
Just be very honest and clear with yourself. When you have that, you have the word in your hands. Honest and clear, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, all my dear friends, okay, thank you for being on with us today. Luisa, thank you for being on. Okay, keep bringing your greatness into the world and support these entrepreneurs and business leaders to really make a bigger difference and to master and stand strong and feel they are a rock for their teams in the current times, right? So thank you for being on with us. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you all. You are amazing. Each and every one of you is outstanding. Okay. And as I always say, just again, keep making your magic. Okay. Speak up, scale up, impact the world in a greater way, in your own powerful way. Okay. And I see you back soon on another interview. Okay. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you.